All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well. It's Monday morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning at that. And this is Richie Contartesi coming to you live from beautiful and sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, with another Monday morning mindset session, motivational live webinar, whatever the hell you want to call it. Maybe we should name these to make it a little bit more fun. What do you think? If you have a name idea, chat it. I think that would be cool. We should name these Monday morning warrior webinars. I don't know. The bottom line is it's to get your mindset ready for the week, right? And to take on and build and develop a new skill, form specific habits to get better, right? So super excited to have everybody here today. What is up? Let's see. Who do we got? We got, what's up? Henry, Jacob, Michael, Aiden, Andres. Happy birthday, Andres. Happy birthday, my friend. I hope you had a great weekend. I know we chat quite often, so happy birthday to you. What is up, Siobhan? Hope you're doing well as well. I know you're always here. We got Mateo, David, John, Wyatt, John Harless, Kyle. What's up, Kyle? What's up, William? What's up, Bonnie? What's up, Patty? What's up, guys? Hope all is well. Listen, real quick. We should name these something much more fun than Monday motivational webinars or motivational weekly webinars. We really need to come up with a cool name. So if you have an idea for a name, chat it in the box. Share with me how you're feeling today, because we got a good one. We got a really, really good one, and I've got to know that you all are doing well and are excited for what we have going on. So, all right, let's get this thing. Let's make sure we're set. Can all of you hear me? Could someone give me a shout and say yes? I don't see any chat. I see a lot of people on. I don't see any chats. There we go. All's great. Back on the road this week. Nice. Yeah, I heard that. Okay, perfect. You guys scared me there for a second. I know we got a couple different companies on here. We have a new one starting next week. Guys, if you have a name idea that came to head, share it. And by the way, Andres has been here for a long time. He's always here. So wish him a happy birthday as well. All right. So let's get the ball rolling. How to believe in yourself again, even when others don't, right? Nobody's ever going to believe in you like you believe in yourself. It's just not going to happen. That's just the way it works. And that's just life, right? No one's ever going to see the vision like you see it. Not your boss, not your kids, not your wife, not your spouse, your husband, nobody. Not your students, not your players, not your coach, right? And we have to truly learn how to believe in ourselves the right way and sustain it, right? Not many people actually believe in themselves. And most people, if they do believe in themselves, they'll stop at times and then maybe, get back on track with something new and believe in themselves and stop at times. And this is what you see. And, as we're constantly hiring and bringing on new people, and I'm listening to all these stories of clients and belief is really, really one of the core challenges that most people have. Even successful people might not believe themselves in other areas of their lives. So if they're very successful in business, maybe they're not very successful in health, right? Maybe they're very successful in their business or in wealth and in health, but terrible in relationships, right? So there's many different facets, and it's hard to believe on ourselves and all of them if we're not paying attention, right? So we have to believe in ourselves, but we need success in order to believe in ourselves. We need successes. We need wins, right? And no one can believe like you do, right? And so this brings me to the classic chicken and the egg, right? This is the chicken and the egg. Very simple. We have to believe in ourselves, right? But we also need wins in order to believe in ourselves. So it's like, oh, we have to believe in ourselves, but we need to actually have success in order to believe in ourselves. But what if we don't have success yet? How are we supposed to believe in ourselves? And that's what we're talking about today. Maybe we don't have the chicken or we don't have the egg, so we have to kind of create it in order to move forward. This happens in business all the time. This happens in sales all the time. This happens in sports all the time. Where, like, if you look at the dynasty, for example, in sports, in the beginning, they sucked. In the beginning, they weren't a dynasty, but they had to create belief then in order to get to the dynasty. Once they become a dynasty and they're winning a lot, then it's easy to believe, right? So it's like this chicken and the egg that never ends and goes back and forth, right? We lose trust in ourselves when we encounter setbacks and failures and fear and rejection, right? And when you lack confidence in yourself, others will pick on you. Others will not take you seriously. Clients won't take you serious. Your players, your students, right? And so it goes on, and it's either the vicious cycle downwards or a great cycle upwards, right? We gain trust in ourselves with success and wins. So the question is, how do we believe in ourselves in the beginning? And if we had belief in the past, how do we believe in ourselves again? Because this is why most people, and you know them, they go their whole lives, right? Like, and they have this next thing they want, this next thing they want, and they're ready to do this, and they want to achieve this, and they never get what they want, right? Because they can never sustain trust in themselves, belief in themselves, right? So the lost belief, when you were a kid, and really, really think back to me for a second, home back into yourself. When you were a kid, did you believe in yourself? I'm talking about a young kid. Did you believe in yourself? No fear? No worry about rejection or losing or things not working out or caring what people thought or being wrong? None of it mattered, right? Like yesterday, I was at this Pirate Fest thing, and Carmela, my daughter, is going insane. Like, she was running around, going crazy, this and that. We changed her diaper. She puts her diaper on. Before we could even put her shorts back on, she was up and running around, and people are laughing, and she didn't give a shit about what anybody thought. She didn't care, right? She had no fear of anything, right? At one point in time, all of you on this, all of you were invincible at one point in time yourself, where you didn't care about losing, where you didn't care about failure, where you didn't care about being wrong or negative people, right? You just didn't care. Over time, we learn in school that failing is bad. We learn that being wrong is bad. We learn to make sure that we fit in and we're not different, and this could come from parents and coaches and teachers, and it's all around us. Like, don't be different. Don't be wrong. Don't fail. Like, and don't try new things. Dreams are for suckers, right? I mean, you got to be real. This is what we heard. You were turned down. Maybe you didn't make a team in middle school or in high school or even in college, right? Like, I tried out for the baseball team, the soccer team, and I didn't make either of them, but I'm sure as hell glad I tried out for the football team, right? But you were turned down. You were turned down by the girl. You were turned down by the boy, right? And you didn't make the team, and you didn't do well in some relationship. So you got softer and softer and softer, and you became more of a pushover. And you became weak, not like physically, maybe physically too, but you became weak, right? You really, really started to know what that pain of failure felt like, and you didn't want to feel that anymore. You started to realize what rejection felt like, and you don't want to feel that anymore. You started to believe the things that the teachers said, the coaches said. I'll never forget, a coach said, my first Little League coach said to me, only 3% of high school football has ever played Division I. Don't even try. You've heard this in the past. People have said this to you, right? And so you've gotten soft. So bottom line, you've gotten soft. You've given up on the things that you've wanted. Some of the things, right? You might be sitting here and literally think to yourself right now, be honest with yourself. Be honest. How many things in your life that you wanted that you didn't do because it was a teacher, a coach, another student in your life, a friend, a family member, somebody over time that just kept telling you these things, and you just got softer and softer and softer? Because everybody we talk to has been through this. Every single person, right? Now we got to get it back, right? Now it's time to legitimately go out and get it back, right? So what's up, Ishmael? Glad to have you, my friend. So how do we get the belief back, right? How do we get that back, that invincible, that relentlessness, that like, I don't give a shit about it. I'm like going all in. That relentless belief, right? The relentless belief that Carmela had yesterday, right? Like, how do we get that back and hone that in and have that every single day? It's powerful. It's powerful. People live this way. The Steve Jobs of the world, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the guy from Amazon's of the, like, this is how these people live. They live invincible. They live relentless. This belief is insane. So there's 5 steps to this framework, the Relentless Belief Framework. 5 steps to believe in yourself no matter what. Again, right? So let's jump right into it. Number 1, winning sucks without losing. Say that with me. Winning sucks without losing, right? Like, have you ever been the best and had no competition, right? Like, I remember when I was a kid and I used to go, my parents were divorced, and my dad dated this lady that lived like an hour away. And so we used to go out there, and I had just nailed my desk. All my friends were super competitive and all older than me, all bigger than me. I was never the best, not even close. And when I went, for some reason, in that neighborhood, all the kids were younger and not very good and competitive. And I would go there and I would play outside, and I'd be like, this sucks. Winning sucks without losing, right? Winning sucks without losing. It's like wanting the end result without loving the journey, right? It's the same thing. Winning sucks without losing, right? If you want to win, you have to lose first if you want to win at something worthwhile winning, right? Or else it's no fun. It's no fun. So you have to accept where you are now and accept losing. Accept it, right? Not forever, don't get me wrong, but accept it. Because you can only go up from there. You can only go up from there. That's what's so powerful. Then, listen to me closely, then hate to lose more than you love to win. I got this question, it blew my mind, and everybody was like, I hate, or I love to win more than I hate to lose. That's what everybody, I love to win more than I hate to lose. And I was like, I don't think so. I think I hate to lose way more than I love to win. Where do you fall on it? Where are you? Do you hate to lose more than you love to win? Or do you love to win more than you hate to lose? Because in this formula, you have to hate to lose way more than you love to win. Way more than you love to win, right? Our biggest motivation, if you look at the Relentless Warrior system, right, our biggest motivation is always avoiding pain. We've talked about that, right? So we have to hate to lose more than we love to win. But we have to accept where you are now. You have to accept where you are now. So number 1, winning sucks without losing. So accept where you are now. Losing is fine. It's part of the game. You have to be there. You have to accept it. And then damn, you better hate to lose more than you love to win. Number 2, Your past is fuel. Damn, your past is that fuel, right? Your past is your fuel. Remember when you were fearless. Carmela, you have kids, right? Relentless. Didn't care about being wrong, didn't care about failing, didn't care about rejection, didn't care about what people think. Had one thing. She wanted to make this rope and get to the rope thing. She wanted to get to this jumping duck thing, quacking thing. It was hilarious. But you want to get to the number one sales spot. You want to become the best coach, the winning team, the best instructor, the best employee, the best leader, the best CEO, the best business owner. You gotta be relentless. You can't be fearless. Your past is your fuel. So we have to get back to that state, right? Where you didn't care. And I want you to live here, right? Live here right now. Live here right now, right? If you're watching this later, I'm going to have you write this down, but live here. How do you feel right now? Because you must get back here. How do you feel when you didn't care, right? How do you feel when you were absolutely relentless to one thing? You didn't care about anything else. Your past is your fuel. You have to get back there, and live there. You got to live there. Write it down. What does it feel like to you? Right? We'll have a challenge at the end. But write it. How did you feel when you were like this? Describe it. And then live there. And then live there. Number 3, self-approval. Self-approval. This is one of the most challenging. It took me 3 years at Ole Miss to finally approve of myself. Because I was constantly looking at other people, and listen to me, you might be doing this, right? I was looking at other people, and I was like, I'm never going to be that big. I'm never going to be that fast. I'm never going to look like that. I'm never going to have big hands like that. I'm never going to be that strong in the weight room. And I never approved of myself. And that was a big, big mistake. I wish if I would have learned this lesson, right? Took me 3 years to finally approve of myself. Took me 3 years. And this is when I started to build trust. So my question for you is, do you approve of yourself? You don't have to be perfect. You have to be and build your strengths, right? Like, I knew what my strength was. My strength was catching. It wasn't speed, it wasn't size, it wasn't any of that. It was the ability to catch the football, right? So what are your strengths? What are your strengths? I'm going to finish that story here in a second, but what are your strengths? When you have approval of yourself, the opinions of others don't matter. Carmela approved of herself. She approved, right? What's something that you can do that maybe others can't? And you might be looking at other people on your team, maybe colleagues, maybe other leaders, maybe other businesses, and being like, I can't do that. I don't have that. I'm not trained there. I can't. But what do you have? What can you approve of? And how can you use that to take it to the next level? Because the opinions of others don't matter. Self-approval leads to what we're going to talk to next, which is trust. You got to approve yourself. Right? You can't change the things you can't change. I can't change the way I look. I can't change my height. I can't change my weight. You can't change certain things in your life, right? You can't change those things for you. You can't change your voice. You can't change the way you think. You can't. But what you can change or build on are your strengths, and that's what you can approve. But you have to have self-approval. Number 4, then you could build the one habit. It's time to build trust in yourself, and you build trust by wins, by getting wins. Right? So after my 3rd year, I was like, this is it, right? Like, I'm not going to be able to get much further past this. Like, I'm just not. And there's one habit that I changed that changed everything and got me a win. And once I got that win, it was lights out. And that habit was very simple. I was going to hold kicks for the kickers Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. And I would go out there and I would hold kicks Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. And I got really good. I knew my strength was catching the football. So I wasn't going to be a receiver right away. It just wasn't going to happen because of all these other things. But I knew I could maybe get a spot on special teams, right? So I was the field goal holder is the guy that is on a knee, catches it, puts it down, and the kicker kicks it. It's basic, right? But that was the habit that I changed. And I ended up, literally, it was crazy. There was an injury, and I ended up getting the holder spot, right? I ended up getting the holder spot. It was because of the one habit that I changed, building on a strength that I have, right? I didn't look like everybody else. I didn't have all the other things everybody else had. But I changed one habit. One. And then 2. Then 3. Then 4. Then 5. Then 6. Then 7. Then 8. Right? And then you keep working on habits. You keep winning. You keep building trust in yourself. Like, that's the first time I got this big burst of trust. I was like, oh, man, I trust myself. I trust. And that's when you'll get that big burst of trust. You get that habit. You quit doing something. You break a bad habit you've been doing for so long. You create a habit that you've been wanting to do for so long. And you start building trust. And it's powerful when you build trust. So you have to self-approve first, then create a habit, fulfill it so you can start building trust. And it could be something simple, right? It could be something simple. You begin to trust yourself. Man, trust is a powerful thing. And number 5, accountability, right? Number 5, having someone watch over you and make sure you're believing, making sure you're sticking to steps 1 through 4 every single day, every single week. Every single day and every single week. We're human beings. It is so easy to slip out of excitement and motivation and inspiration and belief, right? It's so easy. There's so many things going on around us. You've got kids, you've got spouse, you've got family, you've got colleagues, you've got bosses, you got teammates, you got so many things. It's so easy to slip out and forget to believe. And then you start saying things, you start telling stories in your mind, and it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. No one will believe like you do. I got you, Andres. No one will believe like you do. I said this in the beginning. Not your boss, not your colleagues, not your team members if you're a leader, not your students, not your players, not your coaches. No one will believe like you do. Right? Having somebody hold you accountable to the things that you want, and your belief and your vision and your habit development, your skill development, and your interference removal, it makes it so much easier. So much easier. Belief. I don't care how successful you are. And we've worked with some highly successful people in different areas, wealth, health, relationships, that aren't very successful in other areas. Right? It's very challenging to be relentless everywhere. It's very challenging to win everywhere. And that's why having somebody watch over you and make sure you're believing, make sure you're doing the things that you need to be doing to move forward is so critical. It's so critical. So, Andres, I got you. My challenge for you this week is very simple. Number 1, where are you now? And accept it. Right? Where are you now? And accept it. I'll go back and I'll show you. We talked about the chicken and the egg. Winning sucks. right? Winning sucks without losing. Where are you now? And accept it. Number 2, who were you in the past? Who were you in the past when you were relentless, when you didn't care what people thought, when you were invincible? And live there. Write that down. What does that look like to you? What did that feel like to you? And this is going to be like this for some of you, this might be 20, 30, 40 years ago. But go get it. Go find that. Get to it. I was talking to somebody. He was in his late 60s. And we were talking. I was coaching. Coaching is, we're going to do a whole, I'm not going to do a live. I'm going to do a course on coaching. But coaching is pulling the best out of others, diving deep into their pains and their dissatisfactions and pulling out these thoughts that were lost. And we got for his late 60s, and we found that invincible relentlessness that he once had. So you can find yours. Number 3, what is your strength, even if it's different than everybody else's, right? The example of playing receiver in the SEC. I don't look like anybody. I'm way smaller than everybody. I'm not as fast as everybody. I'm not as big as everybody, right? But there was one strength that I had, which was catching the ball better than everybody. And I found a way to use it. So what's yours? What's yours? Number 4, then take that strength, build a habit around it, something you can do around it that you can win, because that builds trust. So number 4 is trust, right? What is the one habit around this strength that you have? What is the one habit to get to that win? So you could start building trust in yourself. Because once you start building trust, belief is easier and easier and easier and easier and easier, right? So here's what's so cool about all of this. You do it once, right? You do it once, my time at Ole Miss, and it makes everything so much better. It makes the next thing you go after, arena, professionally, writing a book, right? Starting a successful business, multiples, building something, right? I just follow this because I had that crazy situation. It makes everything else so much easier. Because if I can believe then I can believe anytime. And same for you, right? When was the last time you had this big win and you believed, let's go back to that. Let's use that. That's your advantage. Use it, right? That's your advantage. Use it. And number 5, who is holding you accountable? Who is holding you accountable daily, right? It could be different ways daily. You can talk once a week. You might even talk once a month. That's fine. But there still has to be some sort of daily accountability happening. Daily, right? Because belief, that's like an hourly thing sometimes, right? I'll wake up in the morning, I believe in myself, everything's going great. You get a couple shitty emails, you hit every red light on the way to work, and all of a sudden you don't believe anymore, right? Belief is daily. So who's holding you accountable? So that's my challenge for you, to write those down. And then, of course, as always, right, take relentless action. Got to take relentless action, right? Got to take relentless action, which is today, right? Not tomorrow, today. So this is a big challenge this week. Believing is a difficult thing, right? Nobody is ever going to believe like you do. Nobody is ever going to believe like you do, Ishmael. Nobody's going to ever believe like you do, Sarah. It's just not going to happen. Nobody's ever going to believe like you do, Andres. I know that because we talk all the time. Only you. Right? Siobhan, I see you here all the time. Nobody's going to believe in you like you do. Not your colleagues, not Andres, not your bot, nobody. You have to believe in you more than anybody else, and you have to build it. Is it easy? No. Is it simple? Yes. But more importantly than all that, it's worth it, right? Because you build that belief, you can have anything that you want. Anything that you want. All right? What a morning today. It is exactly on the dot. Literally. Well, I guess it's switched now, but we were right there on the dot. Listen, have yourself an amazing week this week. I hope you got pumped up for the week and are focused. Are focused. Okay. So this week your challenge is to believe. It's to hone in on that belief. Go through the 5 steps, hone in on that belief, and every single day believe. Believe in you. Believe in your vision. Believe in your motivation. Believe in the things that you're doing, the decisions that you're making every single day. Have a great week. I will see all of you next Monday morning.